Concerning countries in Africa who are looking at different modalities, I think the DG, the last time we were here, was able to elaborate on different trials that are going on across the country. He gave good information on the drug that was under approval in America through the FDA. And yes, of course, we've heard of the different, cures from Africa, Madagascar, and the different countries who have different medicinal products. What we're doing is that through KEMRI and through established systems and protocols within the country, there are mechanisms in which to look and evaluate. Of course, we promote Africa and ingenuity and innovation in Africa, and that is something that requires to be celebrated. However, it's important that that celebration occurs under protocols and guidelines through which such drugs have been evaluated, especially for safety. Remember, at the end of the day, a drug comes into your body. It does something in terms of curing, but drugs also have side effects, and therefore there has to be a rigorous protocol.
Based on what is happening in other European countries, in Americas, regarding compounds that potentially could be able to treat COVID. And I'm glad to inform you that through the World Health Organization, Kenya has received approval to join the Solidarity trial, and we have already obtained ethical approval. The compounds that we are going to deploy, of course, will depend on how available they are, how easily available they are in terms of compassionate use of the different drugs and protocols. And of course, it will also depend on the clinical presentation of our cases. As we all know, majority of our people tend to have a mild form of the disease. So if we are to go for very expensive compounds, which we could be able to apply for very small segment of the population, then we'll have to be able to make that judgment based on the numbers. But there are a whole range of compounds, antivirals, antiretrovirals, antimalarial drugs, which will form part of the arsenal that we are going to deploy to see what works best in our scenario.